know, as I look back on all the different episodes and hunts that we've published, it's funny that one of the favorite episodes that I hear people talk about is attitude adjustment. 4 or 5 years ago, we were in Saskatchewan. It was hot. The ducks weren't really dry feeding, and if they were landing in some water and walking out to it, and it was really stale. And we found this group of ducks that was using a dugout. And a dugout in Canada is literally like a big swimming pool. It's a rectangle usually, and they take an excavator or a digger and they dig it out real deep, and it's just a place that accumulates water. There are a few of these dugouts around, and most of them are close to people's houses, so it's pretty rare that you find ducks in a dugout not sitting beside somebody's house. And so that episode, Attitude Adjustment, was all about us shooting ducks, and we absolutely mollywopped them. I think we shot 96 or 102 or some number right around 100. It was wild. And since then, everybody's always talked about, boy, if I ever get in a dugout again, I want in on an attitude adjustment. And so it's kind of been a running thing that, you know, boy, you think this year we'll find a dugout, or you know, maybe we'll get an attitude adjustment this year. It's just not something that happens on a regular basis for us up there. But this past fall, it was very dry. A lot of the potholes were dried up, and we struggled to find water anywhere that ducks were sitting on. I may have this detail a little bit off, but as I remember, Rob Kenny and R.T. Bailey and Jason King, the 3 camera guys, were riding around scouting together, and I think the reason they were together was because Rob was wanting to get some drone footage or something along those lines. and as the story got told, one of the 3 of them stomach started rumbling, nature called, had to pull over and take a poop. So, you know, you're out in the middle of nowhere, it's 20 miles to a gas station, 20 miles or more back to the house, and, you know, so nature calls, you just do your thing. So whichever one of them it was, they pulled up to a little clump of trees, and he goes out to do his business, and the other 2 are standing by the car just shooting the breeze. And about that time, a group of ducks flies over the road. One says to the other, look at that, that's a group of mallards. And a few minutes later, here comes another group. Oh, dang, it's 2 groups of mallards. So they, like good scouts, get their phone out, start looking at the aerial, and one of them says to the other one, man, I think there's a little pond over there in those trees. They're looking at it and looking at their phone, trying to figure it out. One of them calls and goes, Spence, I think there's ducks hitting a little pond over here, and it's shaped like a rectangle. And I was like, I'll be right there, hold on. So I get in the truck and haul tail that direction, and they're sitting there watching it, and sure enough, the ducks have been feeding or loafing really in this little pond, and kind of across the road they were coming to from the roost, and they were walking out from there to feed, and then they'd roll back over into the dugout. And they were just kind of ping-ponging back and forth. And I mean, this was the middle part of the day. It was hot, and when you see them like that in the middle part of the day doing that, you know that's what they're doing. That's their pattern. And Rob looked at me and he was like, we're about to get an attitude adjustment. And I looked at him and I said, yes, we are.
Really? You would think we would have seen them by now.
Man, I bet they're in a tight, I bet they're in a small.
Coolies and things like that. Bangs, just don't leave.
The first open spot, one come across the road, it looked just like a big old dog.
All the decoys fell out the back.
Yeah.
I told them boys that, you know, they're big when I seen one have a small house cat. Kill him. Dog out.
Y'all, where's Jason? I gotta check on him. Daddy shot that one right over him, and Daddy thought it like barely hit him until he fell over, and Daddy said, "Huh, oh shit, I done killed Jason." it fell. I thought he hit him in the head.
It was a little slow right at first. Like normally when they're coming to water like that, you shoot them in the dark almost. I mean, just right at first shooting line. And it was a little slow. And so at first, I think everybody was a little worried that it wasn't gonna work out. And I think it really was just because these ducks were coming from so far away. There was a great big reservoir about, I don't know, 11 or 12 miles to our west. And it was taking them a little bit to get there. But buddy, once they showed up, it was like hunting in Arkansas in the woods. We were in this long, narrow strip. Everybody was sitting beside big cottonwood trees, so you didn't have to brush blinds. Everybody was just hunkered down. And I'll never forget that first big wad. Tried to kind of do it on the first pass and tried to do it on the second pass, and they swung out way out wide on the field. And they hit this one gap down on our left-hand side. And when they fell into that hole, they were fanned out from one end to the other, and we were 9-10 guns wide. And I mean, it sounded like a war. It sounded like rolling thunder. And that was kind of the beginning of pretty significant butchering that morning. And so, yeah, we got ourselves an attitude adjustment. And we left Saskatchewan last fall pretty high on the hog because we mollywopped them that morning.